What's up, everyone? Hope you guys are having a great day. I just wanted to make a video today, just kind of talking about how I bought my first property. I'm gonna kind of talk about, what I did, kind of like my plan of action, how, having a great team, helping you, a great real estate agent, a great loan officer, will make the process way easier, and how I really thank myself for not giving up and, working towards that goal and accomplishing it. So pretty much I started working at this job, this warehouse, when I was 21. And so the schedule was that I was working 3 days and I had 4 days off. But those 3 days were 12-hour shifts, really long days. So I would go in Saturday morning, and I would have to clock in at 4:30. So I would go to sleep Friday night really early. I want to say I would probably the latest, maybe 9 o'clock. Wake up at 3:30 in the morning because I would leave my house at 4 and then head to work. I would have to clock in at 4:30 and then just work 12 hours until 4 o'clock is usually when we got done. Same thing for Sunday, and then the same thing for Monday. And I had 4 days off. So that was the cool part, is that I had a lot of time off. But in those days off, I would focus mostly on, I tried Amazon FBA, I tried drop shipping, all that stuff. I can even make a video in the future kind of talking about all that, my experience with that. But so I tried all that stuff. I was kind of investing my money in that. I lost most of my money doing that. I had a car payment that I wish I never got. These are financial mistakes that I did, and I can make another separate video about that. So, the 4 days off, I would mostly focus on, just trying to make more money or make like a side income or something. I remember I got into car flipping too. I would buy cars that I knew were great deals, and then I would later resell it for a profit, or I would sell it right away. So, that was making me some income. Anything that I could do to make some side income, I would do. So I worked at that job for 5 years, and, I'm happy that I put up with that job. It was a tough job. Obviously I sacrificed a lot. I started working there when I was 21. So most 21-year-olds, what they want to do is just party, right? And they want to have the weekends off so they can go and they can, live the party lifestyle, and that was never my goal. All I wanted to do was be successful somehow. I was trying Amazon FBA, drop shipping, and I had a girlfriend at the time too. And, that was a lot of time put into that. But, and then after that, I, finally, when I failed on the Amazon FBA, drop shipping, all that stuff, I've always wanted to get into real estate, but I was always kind of scared about it because I knew it was like a heavy investment. I didn't really have any mentors on how I should do my real estate, or how I should buy an investment property or anything like that. It wasn't until I started reading good books, like books about real estate, about financial, about how to buy assets, how to manage your money, because that's one thing that in school they don't teach you. They don't teach you how to manage your money or nothing like that. So once I started reading books about all that stuff, I started really started thinking like I need to buy some real estate. And I remember I started looking back in, I want to say 2019 is when I really started looking. So I was, I believe, 23 or 24, I can't remember. And I remember I was just scared though, and I kind of look back at it and I'm like, dude, wow, you should have just bought, because I could have doubled, maybe even tripled my money now, because in 2020 when the market just went crazy, that's when I could have just sold and made some good money. But it's okay. At the end of the day, I'm a true believer that one of the safest and one of the best assets that you can buy is real estate. So because at the end of the day, everybody needs a place to live. After that, I remember I really, started thinking about, I need to get this thing going. I remember I set a goal for 2021 that I needed to buy real estate. I didn't know anything about real estate at the time. It was so hilarious. I remember I messaged which is now my good friend, Nick Palladino. He was actually my real estate agent through the whole process. That's how we met. I remember I DM'd him on Instagram because I wanted to work with an agent that knows real estate, that has rental properties, and that is knows what they're doing. You know what I mean? Knows what is a good investment and all that stuff. So I remember I messaged him on Instagram and I told him, hey, I'm 25 years old and I want to buy some real estate. Like, can you help me? And I remember he was like, yeah, are you pre-qualified? And I remember I was like, no, I don't even know what that is. And yeah, he got me connected with a loan officer. And that's another thing. So if you have a great real estate agent that knows what they're doing and a great loan officer, the process is going to be so much more easier, guys. But anyways, so got me connected. His name was Cameron. He was my loan officer, and I remember this guy was very supportive. He walked me through the process, told me, what I needed to, do and stuff like that. And I remember, I got pre-qualified. I remember I sent the pre-qual to my real estate agent, Nick, and then I remember he was like, all right, well, let's start looking for some houses. What are you looking for? I remember I got pre-qualified, I think, for 280 or 290 at the time. And right away, I knew I didn't want to buy that price range. I remember my budget was like 260 or lower. And so I remember I saw this house. Actually, I found it. I found the house that I bought. I found it. I sent it over to Nick. He submitted a showing to go look at it. We went to go look at it, and I remember it's a beautiful house. It's 2020 build, great area, brand new community. So I liked it, a good sized lot and stuff. So I remember Nick was like, oh, this house is gonna be worth $400K one day, and I was like, I hope so. That would be nice. But so I remember we submitted an offer for $256, and I think within like 2 days they accepted the offer. And so that's kind of how I got my first house. It's crazy. I didn't even go house shopping or anything. It was literally the first house because I knew what I wanted, and I knew that buying a property that was newer was going to be less maintenance and all that stuff, with because renting it out and stuff. So, but yeah, so what I did, I kind of fast forward on. I don't want to make the video too long. When I was working at this job, the main thing was that I was doing everything that I could to save as much as I can and try to make some side income. That's kind of like what I did. Like everyone else, all my other friends were out partying. They were, just enjoying their young childhood, which is, I understand. That's something that some people want. I personally didn't want that. I wanted something more. I wanted to do something that I know my future self would thank me for, the sacrifice that I gave. And that's kind of like what my mindset was, so that's what I did. I was never out partying. I was never out doing none of that. All I wanted to focus on was saving and building my credit score so I had good credit so I can qualify. And obviously the job history, as long as you have 2 years job history at that same job or similar, you can qualify. So it was honestly a very easy process because I had a great team, a great support, and that's one thing that I think is probably the hardest part. So as long as because I was alone, I didn't have any mentor. My family comes from a poor background, and so I had nobody to really tell me what to do. But when I found Nick, I knew he had like 5 rental properties at the time, and Cameron, which is a great loan officer. It made me feel more safe and more confident into doing it, because I could have easily just kept the money that I saved up for the house instead. But my plan for that house is to hold it, and hopefully if it goes up to 450 one day, I have the option to sell it. And I bought it for $250, but obviously with the rent, it's paying down the debt. So the separation between that, that money would soon be mine if I wanted to sell it. So so that's kind of like what I wanted to share in this video, is that if you're like a guy like me that just wanted to buy some real estate, whether it's now or in the future, but you don't really have support, you don't have really a mentor or anything like that, I know exactly how you felt or how you feel or what you're going through. I used to be that kid, and so just know that I'm a licensed real estate agent now. If you're thinking about buying, whether it's now or in the future, or whether even it's your family member or a friend, someone a sibling, just reach out to me. I would love to help you. I would love to make the process easy. I have experience now, so I know a thing or two about real estate now. I would love to help you guys, whether if it's, just planning, what you got to do to get to, your goal, or whether if it's, already, getting started with, the process. So, that's pretty much it. I think the key to this video that I wanted to make was that, if you have friends that are partying, that are always wanting to do all that stuff, and you have different goals, sometimes you have to distance yourself from those people, and it's going to hurt at the time. It's going to be a lonely road, but it's going to be something that you're going to later thank yourself for, and you're going to be proud about, and you're going to feel accomplished and satisfied that you actually did it. So that's kind of the video that I wanted to make. The first link is going to be my Instagram. If you want to send any questions or anything like that, feel free to DM me on Instagram. That's going to be the first link. The second link is going to be Christian workout gear. If you want to grab any Christian workout gear and show out your faith, that's going to be the second link. The third link is going to be Webull. They're always giving out some free shares. Right now they're giving out, I think, 12. Don't quote me on that. It's anywhere from 6 to 12. So it's free money. All you have to deposit is literally, you can deposit 1 cent, and then you're going to get some free stocks, and you can cash it out and send it over to your bank or send it over to whatever brokerage you use. So that's pretty cool. That's going to be the third link. The fourth link is going to be TikTok. I'm going to start uploading more content on there, more real estate content. And God bless you guys. Thank you guys for all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.